I had to say, like, for conversations like these, usually what one tends to do is also see what the person has said in the past, in their past interviews and stuff. But in your case, because you've been so open about your story, there's so much material out there that need not be a conversation. It could be a documentary film about you, mostly Sunny, that was 2016. I remember watching it. Then there's an entire series, Karanjit Kaur Vora, The Untold Story of Sunny Leone, which, by the way, is on Z5. I tried to watch it. First season I caught it. Second season I'm not able to watch it because it's just impossible interface. But I have seen most of that show, and it's beautifully done.
So those are all my real stories.
Right.
The location is different.
Yeah.
The clothes are different.
Yeah.
But the story itself, I fought tooth and nail that the stories would be real, because I'm extremely emotional about my family, my parents. So if I was going to say yes to this, it had to be a real story. It can't be something that you guys just want to make up just for, sensationalizing, a story. So in that way, I wanted it to be true.
I mean, there are certain portions of it I thought were extremely moving, especially the loss of your parents. I mean, one you've dealt with in the first season, and the second is the father is in the second season. I want to get into that a little bit later, but I thought what was really funny on the show was actually the bit with a character called Rusty, who's clearly Russell Peters, right, and who you dated for some time. Did he actually turn you into a character in his stand-up comedy?
Yeah, you have to see it.
Yeah?
I don't know if he does it now, but I think I'm not upset about it. He can say whatever he wants. Yeah, it's okay. It's totally fine. If it makes people laugh, it doesn't matter. But yeah, he did. It was really funny.
How long were you guys dating?
Like a hot second only. It wasn't for very long. It was a mistake. You know what? I genuinely believe that him and I were such good friends, and we had so much fun together. And everywhere that I would travel in the U.S., there were a lot of places that he was at because he was doing a show, and we would just meet up and have fun and drink and go out and just be really silly and really funny. And then all of a sudden we messed it up by going out on a date.
That's so true for so many of such...
I know, but I really do wish that we were still friends. He went this way, I went this way, which is totally fine. But if I ever did see him again, I would be so happy to see him. Even if he did talk shit in his stand-up comedy, I don't care. It's okay.
So did your husband, now husband, Daniel, did he beat the shit out of Russell Peters?
No.
Because that's there in the series, that he goes and he said, what the hell, you're making a joke out of Sunny, and then whacks the shit out of him.
Yeah, I think that was sensational. A little bit, that one. My family stories are true though. When I dated Russell for like this really short amount of time, was around the same time I met Daniel. So then, it would be really weird if like I was still friends with Russell, but I was just dating him and I didn't continue to be with him, but was with Daniel. That's like weird, mixing of weirdness. So I had to drop the friendship. Sad about it.
Right. The other thing, of course, is in terms of sort of homeworking for this particular conversation, I only went through one interview that you've done, which is also a big part of that series that you did, which is this gentleman called Bhupendra Chaube, if I'm not mistaken, and he kept trolling you in that conversation.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know that you said something to the effect of how Amir Khan may not want to work with you, but you would want to, but that's the nature, the reality of things. And of course, Amir Khan later said, of course I would want to work with you. Did that conversation lead to a lot of people calling you up because you came across as someone who felt vulnerable, but did that happen? Like, a lot of people got in touch with you after that chat?
There were a few people that after they heard about it or saw it, they also were, got that cringe and reached out and said hello, which was really nice.
Who were these people?
Amir was one of them.
He called you up?
Yeah,
And what did he say?
Anil Kapoor was one of them. I think Hrithik Roshan was one of them. Sonam as well. There were a few people, and all of them just saying, like, proud of you, be strong, that type of, in that type of zone, that conversation.
Right. So what I did after watching that interview was I got onto ChatGPT and I said a question. So there is Rajdeep Sardesai, who's an extremely fantastic broadcaster. So I said, what would Rajiv Sardesai ask Sunny Leone, right? In terms of a bunch of questions. I mean, they're all ChatGPT is not going to take our jobs, and they're all pretty crappy questions. But there's one that I thought maybe I should ask from what, according to ChatGPT, Rajdeep might ask you, which is, if I get it right, that you've faced a lot of criticism, backlash from some sections of society for your past work. How do you deal with such negativity?
I just don't deal with it.
Yeah.
There are certain things, yes, like if you had to peel back all the layers of card I have up, yeah, of course it hurts your feelings because you don't want people to say such rude, nasty things. But for the most part, I have broken it down as to they don't know me, I don't know them. They're entitled to say whatever they want. It's completely okay. And just leave it at that. So I have this thing about social media and all these like different people that talk shit. And for me, I'm thinking, okay, they've taken their time, they've gone onto my social media page to write something nasty, and then what does that troll do afterwards? He doesn't leave my page. He keeps doing this.
Right, who's the loser here? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, not just that, they're there on my page more. They're adding in the Google searches. They're adding in this, like, you know, when you do like Sunny Leone analytics, it's amazing. So thank you for talking shit. So I kind of broken it down in my head like this, and you know, I can't take what they say seriously, because maybe they don't even take themselves seriously. Maybe they're so upset with their own lives and they're just unhappy people that they have to say something bad. And they're not only saying it about me, they're saying it about so many
Everyone,
people.
right?
They're
Everyone
working through the list. It's like, we all know this, like either auntie or uncle that has a call list, and every day, whenever they're sitting, they make their call list and they they chat to all their friends and their families and make their way through the list. That's like trolling, you know, not the same, but that philosophy of going through the list of all the people they need to go say all these bad things about. So it's not just me, and you can't take it personally.
Well, are you still the most searched person on Google?
I don't know.
I mean, multiple years you have been, right?
Let's Google it.
Let's Google it.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.